way of making sure that qualified people from designated groups such as black people, women, and people with disabilities have equal opportunities in getting jobs. But here's an interesting issue now. Having discovered that black males are overrepresented in senior managerial positions, the Tshwane Municipality is trying to redress the situation, targeting 2017 to fill vacancies with whites, coloureds, and females. On the other hand, the Solidarity Union has vowed to fight for full equality. To discuss this issue, we are joined here in studio by Jason Ngubeni, and Jason is the City Manager of Tshwane Metropolitan Municipality. And joining us from our Pretoria studio is Piet Leroux. Now, Piet is the Senior Researcher at the Solidarity Research Institute. Piet, thank you. Welcome to Morning Live. And
thank you.
Jason as well. Thank you. Good to have you in studio with us. Welcome, gentlemen.
Yeah.
All right, let's start off with the basics. And I suppose it's a trivial question to ask, but let's ask it. 20 years in democracy, affirmative action. Why is it still necessary?
Well, Leon, we cannot leave things as they are. We have a constitution, and the constitution has got prescripts about equality, about fairness, about ensuring that we redress the imbalances of the past. So I think that's why we're doing it.
Yeah.
And until the imbalances of the past are addressed, it won't stop. I think it's just fair. Yeah.
All right, Piet, let's get your opinion on affirmative action. From Solidarity's point of view, is it necessary? Do you think affirmative action should still be in place?
Well, Leon, you used the word redress, and I think redress is unfortunately the wrong word in this context, because what could have been thought of as affirmative action has long been transformed into a simple numbers game. And we see this most recently in the Tshwane Metropole's decision or attempt or declaration that they want to appoint now more white males in senior positions because they are underrepresented. This has nothing to do with redress. What redress should be committed to get white males and appoint them to top management positions. The only reason one would want to do that is if you have, as a simple objective, a national racial representativity in virtually all sectors of society. So unfortunately, long past the point of redress and affirmative action, and all transformed into a numbers game.
Pete, sorry, not Pete. Jason, give us an indication of the numbers. What does the municipality look like?
I mean, look, he's talking about the numbers game. In fact, the numbers game as they stand now, they favor white males. You know, if you look at the situation from 1995 at the behest of the local government, white males were overrepresented. The situation has not changed. So if we look at numbers at senior management, we've got white males, white females overrepresented. At top management, which is the city manager and two other levels, deputy city managers and senior managers that reports directly to me, yes, of course, we've got an overrepresentation of black people.
Yeah.
So that must be sorted out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Pete, your organization is fighting for full equality. Just give me a definition of full equality. What do you mean by this?
Leanne, it's simply appointing a person as is fit for the requirements of the job. So we have the outcome of the job in mind and not the outcome in terms of race. Is the customer or the civilian who is supposed to be served by this appointment served as best he can? Is there no discrimination to someone simply based on his race, whether he gets this appointment or not? And in the end, harming the quality of the service to either the customer or the civilian. So equality, in this sense, is appointing someone that is best fit to serve the purpose of the job.
No matter the colour, no matter that, even if, as we see figures coming out, that yes, we're talking about this particular municipality, but in general, when you look at the top management positions, it's still filled by predominantly white men. Does that not bother you at all?
Well, I wouldn't say that, for example, in Tshwane Metropole now, it's clearly not predominantly filled by white men. And I would go as far as to say this is a bit of a hollow suggestion by the Tshwane municipality or metropole that they want to appoint white people simply because they are underrepresented. We don't think that's a good reason to appoint white people or white males. You shouldn't appoint someone because he's white or he's male. You should appoint him because he serves the best the requirements of the job. And I'd like to see if I understand our other guest correctly. I'm trying to understand, does he care about the outcomes of the service or does he only care about the outcomes of the number? So is it his position that in the allocation of tenders and top management jobs, Tshwane would discriminate against white males until a stage is reached where white males are in proportion to black and white males and white people of other males of other races until they enjoy a share of industry proportional to the percentage of the population? Is that the outcome?
Okay. All right. Pete, the other guest's name is Jason, just in case you forgot it for them.
Jason, I forgot his name.
All right, good. What do you say to that?
No. Let me answer Pete. Pete, for instance, whites are underrepresented at semi-skilled and unskilled. We want to see a situation where there's a white person that sweeps the streets. There's a white person that makes tea. And in fact, recently the president visited an informal settlement called Bethlehem. There are poor white people without matric. There are poor white people who are destitute. Those are the people that must come into the fold as well. I think we are doing that. We recently appointed a white messenger, to show our commitment to the employment equity plan. We are implementing this plan. And I think, yes, we must redress the situation of the past.
All right, let's take a break here. I know that this is an interesting conversation. We're going to continue to talk about this. And if you would like to comment, you know how to get hold of us. The SMS line is 33726. You can also get hold of us on Twitter @Morning Live SABC. Love to hear your views. This conversation is going to continue after the break. Stay tuned.